السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. شرق لس بخي خوشحال هستم که تحسینان را سرای است. Hi, welcome to Afghan Cooks. I'm Miriam. You know what it is. I'm the Afghan who cooks. Today we are making Chapli Kabab. Now I have another video for Chapli Kabab that's alive. It's with my mom and my aunt and it's really fun, and if you want to check it out you can just kind of watch that video. We talk about Afghanistan, we tell stories, and we cook. But if you just want the recipe for Chapli Kabab, which is kind of like an Afghan hamburger, but it's not really a hamburger because it's filled with a lot more spices and onions, this is the video for you, okay? And so really excited to show you how to make this Afghan dish. It is something that we eat a lot at lunchtime. On the weekends, you know, a little bit relaxed. So what we have here is 2 pounds of ground beef. I have 1 large onion here. I'm gonna read my notes without my glasses. I have 1.5 tablespoon of chili flakes here. This is 1.5 tablespoon of ground coriander. This is the ground wild cumin. It's from Burlap and Barrel. This is actually grown in Afghanistan. Oh, it smells so good. This is 1.5 teaspoons of turmeric, 1.5 tablespoon of chili powder. This is a heavily spiced dish, okay? This is 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, and 6 garlic cloves. I'm gonna add a couple more after. I don't think that looks like enough. And then a handful of cilantro. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna throw everything. Oh, and I have just a little bit of water here too. Now, some recipes use an egg, some recipes, I mean, it's almost like making, I don't use an egg. I find that I don't generally have a problem with binding this stuff. It stays together pretty well. Use the cilantro stems and pieces. You can use the whole thing. I actually have a cheat already peeled garlic, 10 cloves of garlic, but again, they're small, okay? It's not like they're giant cloves of garlic. Oh, let me add the meat first too. So the news in the world these days, guys, is not that great. The news coming out of Afghanistan itself is not great, but we still need to eat. And remember always that food brings people together. It's unifying. So I know we all feel a little stressed, a little tense, maybe a little sad and scared. But feeding the people that you love, feeding yourself, making yourself something that... So I have a personal trainer and she's fantastic. If you want to get her information, let me know. And so I was talking to her about getting a cheeseburger and some french fries and a milkshake the other night. And I said I felt guilty because I was using food for comfort. And she said there's no reason to feel guilty about that because food can give us comfort. It's just really important to be aware that that's what we're doing. When you make dishes from back home, when you make food that you're familiar with, that reminds you of a happy time, that reminds you of a good time, and you share it with people, I think it gives you a lot of peace in your soul. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna start this thing. I'm gonna add some of the water to make it a little, make sure it combines well. And that's it. It's finished. So when you stop, you can see this is what your mince mixture is going to look like. You're still going to have maybe some bigger chunks of onion. That's okay. Everything is nicely mixed. What we're going to do now is we're going to just let that sit for a few minutes so that some of the flavors can combine. I made some bread dough earlier today. This is made with some starter mixture that I had to toss. So this is just the sourdough starter, some white flour, oil, salt, and water. The starter itself was a little bit old. It needed to be fed again, so it didn't really do a lot. But it's okay because I wanted more of a flatbread. Just make a couple of these, cover the rest of this dough so it doesn't dry out. I want to do a whole series called Will It Bread. So I make bread fairly often, but I don't always use the same recipes or the same proportions. And I have a video of my pantry cabinet, my cabinet that has all of my various flours in it, and I don't know what any of them are. So I thought it would be fun to just do a video and take all of the flours out and see which one of them actually made bread. This is a nice dough. So we will see. This is the first time I've used this recipe with the leftover starter, so we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens when it's making bread. I knew it would work. So what I have here is I've got my mixture, my ground beef mixture. I have a little bit of water from my hands, and I have my heat source. I'm going to turn this on, add just a small amount of oil to the pan, and now we're going to make the chapli. Now, chaplaka in Pashto is the word for sandal. So chaplaka is what your mom would chase you around the house with. And chapalacha means slap. Chapli. Now, somebody else in your family should be preparing the yogurt sauce. And if you have not made the yogurt sauce yet, you have to make the yogurt sauce. Now, if you make the yogurt sauce, right, and we have a link below, you can keep it in the fridge and you'll have it for all kinds of recipes, right? And it makes a great salad dressing too. And then somebody else can be cutting up an onion. And remember that the thing to do with the onion when you cut it, or green onion, which you don't have to worry about so much, but if you cut an onion, soak it in a little vinegar and water with salt. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please, please. I'm actually begging you. I'm begging you to subscribe to my channel. Can you give it a thumbs up and leave a comment? Comments are great. I love them. I especially love it when you tell me that you've made a recipe and you love it. I love that. Also, hit the bell notification so that you'll know when we upload a video. We do a video every single week. And until next time, I want you all to take good care of yourselves and good care of the people that you love.